Forza are about to make an embarrassing U-turn on their car RPG system. I can pretty much guarantee that the system is not going to stay in place that long into launch, and I'm going to explain why. So, what does the car RPG system mean? Well, like any of these Gran Turismo-esque racing games, you're going to buy cars, you're going to acquire cars, you're going to get given cars, and you're going to want to tune them and upgrade them. And the way this has worked forever is that you earn credits by doing races, you accumulate those credits, and with those credits you can buy whatever parts you want. So I remember playing Sega GT over 20 years ago. Oh my goodness, I'm so old now. And I would really want to put a new intercooler on, or a supercharger, or the exhaust, or whatever. And I could do that. I could choose from the variety of sort of tunes that I could do, the customization, and do the thing that I really wanted to do. I remember playing Forza Motorsport 3, one of my favorite games of all time. To everyone that says I'm a Forza hater, Forza Motorsport 3 is straight up there for me. I prefer Forza Motorsport 3 to Gran Turismo 4, so now I'm just going to get abused from all sides. But I remember in that game, I was driving without ABS. My whole progression in that game was no ABS, so I was really focusing on the brakes, trying to get the car stopped nicely. That was all about it for me. The Forza Motorsport car RPG system completely stops you from doing that. And the reason is that in this current iteration, you cannot just use credits you've acquired to apply upgrades on different cars. The XP that you get on a certain car is retained on that car. The best way I'm going to explain this to you is just compare it to Pokemon. Right? In Pokemon, you don't really get money. You get XP, and if you battle with a certain Pokemon, you get XP on that Pokemon, and that Pokemon levels up. And as it levels up, you get maybe learn some different moves, and you can, you level up and evolve and whatever. Now, Pokemon has a system called EXP Share, where the XP that you gain by using a certain Pokemon, you can share with the rest of your Pokemon in your party. Forza doesn't have that. That means that when you're racing with a car, all of the XP you're getting is going to stay within that car. And even worse than that, the upgrade system seems to be locked in terms of linear progression. So you won't be able to slap on a massive turbo onto your car at the beginning if you just want to make it go fast on a straight line. You're going to have to go through all of the upgrades in a linear progression. Does that make sense? Can you see how restrictive this is? And this is fundamentally against the freedom and the joy that these racing games are meant to give us. A lot of us will drive cars in real life, and we're sort of daydreaming about slapping a massive wang on the back, or big new turbo. And these games gave us an escape to actually do that and take them on the track and see what's possible. What Forza are doing is they're replacing that with the traditional. If you play a modern game like Destiny, or these sort of games where you level up, you'll be familiar with the skill tree where you get funneled through rails. You have to go through these rails, and if there's an upgrade you want later down the line, well, too bad. You're not going to be able to access it until you go through the rails. It's all about the grind. All about the grind. And Forza Motorsport, they're trying to make us grind, and I don't think players are going to stand for it. I don't think you're going to stand for it. My dear and informed viewers, honestly, I just feel like they're going to have to change this. And I've seen it before. I've seen it with Gran Turismo 7 when it came out. And they basically made everything super expensive and gave you no credits. And it was very controversial. What did they do? Very quickly, I protested against it. I was one of the few people to say, look, I really don't think this is okay, because I don't think it's okay to force racing fans to grind like this. I think it puts too much pressure on the grind, and it puts too much pressure on what you buy out of the grind. And they changed it in the end, and they gave us a circuit experience credits and all sorts of other stuff, selling your used cars. I predict here Forza are going to do the same things. I invite you to let me know in the comments whether you think that's going to be the case or not. Now, I would say, if they were to add a sort of EXP share, maybe you could have cars in your party, and if you're driving in your 350Z or whatever it is, you're also gaining points for your Honda S2000, maybe in a similar class. Maybe if you drive a GT4 spec car, you gain XP in your GT4 class. That would make more logical sense. That would enable us to drive more cars. But I don't think Forza want us to drive a lot of cars. I just want to make this point super clear. I think Forza are expecting us to drive fewer cars in Forza Motorsport than we've done in previous Forzas. I think they want us to drive fewer cars, but drive them longer, drive them harder, and get to know them more intimately. But they've got it the wrong way around, because not giving us the freedom to tune is not going to be enjoyable. Forza, you need to listen to us here. And I don't know if anyone else is saying this, but this is my opinion, and we'll see in the comments whether you guys or girls agree. But I think we want to have that freedom with our cars, and I can see the point about the XP you get. That XP is really locked to your car, but I don't think it should be exclusively. I don't think it's going to work, chat. I really don't think it's going to work. Let me know in the comments what you think. I think they're going to do an about turn here. The car RPG system just looks like it's going to drive players away, and players are not going to engage in it. But you're the boss, everyone. You guys and girls, you let me know in the comments. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more Forza on the channel. And I'll see you next time.